You ever had garlic noodles that were so buttery, so garlicky, so savory that you kept wanting more? Well, let me show you how to make some Asian garlic noodles that you'll want to make again and again. Let's get started. So let's start out with our garlic. I'm going to be using 10 cloves of garlic. If you want it to be less garlicky, you can use 8, but I'm going to use 10. I know what you're thinking though. You're thinking, wait a minute, why are you using so much garlic? Well, this dish is called Asian garlic noodles, so we kind of need that garlic, you know? Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and smash all my garlic, and the reason I smash it is so that all the juices of the garlic can come out and release and be more aromatic and more fragrant, which will then impart more flavor. I'm now going to go ahead and cut up all my garlic. I'm going to chop it up as fine as I can, but I'm aiming for a texture of roughly coarse sea salt. You can go ahead and chop it a little finer or a little coarser, but I don't like it too fine because the garlic will burn before you can infuse all the garlic flavor into the sauce. But when you cut it up too coarse, I think that you'll start be eating garlic chunks, which I personally don't want. But if, that's what you like, go ahead and do you. I have my garlic cut up to about the size of coarse sea salt. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside so I can get started on my sauce. So for the sauce, I want it to be very savory and very umami rich. So I'm going to be adding in a lot of ingredients that will pack a punch. So the first ingredient I'm going to add is 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. That oyster sauce is going to give me the nice salty, briny, oceany taste. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in half a tablespoon of fish sauce. The fish sauce is also going to give me umami, but kind of like fishy umami. After that, I'm going to go ahead and add another half tablespoon of soy sauce. And soy sauce gives me that nutty, savory umami taste. So essentially all 3 of these ingredients will give me that hit of umami and savoriness I want. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of sugar to balance out the saltiness. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir everything together and then give it a taste. I found that my sauce was still too salty after that 2 teaspoons of sugar, so I'm going to add another teaspoon of sugar and give that a taste, which then I found that was perfect for me. If you notice, I didn't add any salt at all because the oyster sauce, the fish sauce, and the soy sauce all have salt in them. So if I added salt to the mixture, it'll be too salty because I want that balance of salty and sweet. And let's set the sauce aside now and talk about noodles. So for noodles, you can use anything from spaghetti to chow mein noodles, to egg noodles, to even ramen noodles, or even udon noodles. But today, I'm going to be using angel hair pasta. I just prefer the texture that angel hair pasta gives me and the thinness of it because I feel like the thinness of the noodles absorbs the sauce a lot better. So I brought a pot of water to the boil and I added a good pinch of salt so that salt will season the pasta through. So to a pot of boiling water, I'm adding in my angel hair pasta. I'm going to cook it for about 4 minutes so that it could be slightly more al dente than normal because I want it to finish cooking in the sauce. That way it'll absorb all the flavors. But for whatever noodles you're using, just cook it to your package instructions, but cut off maybe 1 or 2 minutes before. So if your package says cook it for 8 minutes, just cook it for 6 minutes. So my pasta is about done. I'm going to go ahead and reserve a cup of pasta water so that I can go ahead and use it later in my sauce. And then I'm going to take my pasta and drain it out and rinse it in cold water to shock it. Very similar to how you would shock your eggs or your vegetables to stop it from cooking. So I'm putting my saucepan on about medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and melt 4 tablespoons of butter and let that melt down and brown slightly. Once I get that slightly brown, I'm going to go and add my garlic and then cook that into the butter so that the flavor of the garlic can infuse into the butter. At this point, my garlic butter is smelling very nice, very fragrant. I'm going to go ahead now and add in my pasta with a splash of pasta water. And then I'm going to stir everything through and make sure everything's infused and incorporated. So I'm going to throw in the sauce into the noodles and make sure everything's stirred through and it's coating all of the noodles. Okay, now this is an optional step, but I like to grate in a little Parmesan. It also adds another note to it, like also umami, but also this kind of like cheesy nuttiness. It's just in the background, so I like to add it in. I add about, not too much, maybe about a 1/4 cup or maybe even less, or more if you want. Alright, so now that we're done cooking it, let's serve it up and give it a taste test. Alright, cheers everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's good. I mean, what can I say about these noodles? They're garlicky, buttery, savory, umami, salty, sweet. Everything you can want from this dish. So try this dish, let me know how it goes. If you like this recipe, hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button for more content like this, and click over here for my previous video and click right here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.